Now, here we have 3 scenes from the story of Little Red Riding Hood. I want you to tell me what happens in each card, to describe what happens in each card.
Yes. In the first one, Snow White is quarreling with her stepmother because her mother asks her to visit the grandmother and she doesn't want to go.
Right. In this case, the child confuses Little Red Riding Hood with Snow White, but her response comes from the story, so there is no need to ask her to give a different response that comes from the story of Little Red Riding Hood. If she gave a totally different response from the story of Little Red Riding Hood, such as, for example, this is Cinderella that wants to go to the ball and her stepmother does not let her, then you ask the child you bring the child back to reality and you tell her that she must give a response in relation to the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Now, the second picture.
Here we see Little Red Riding Hood, who is very sad. She's sitting down and she's very sad.
Why do you think she's sad?
I think because her mother has scolded her because she followed the wrong way.
Right.
Her mother taught her not to go from the forest, but she did.
Right.
And in this one, they are very, very happy. Little Red Riding Hood's mother is very happy because she's home again, and Little Red Riding Hood is very happy because she's safe with her mother.
Right. Now, look at the pictures and tell me with which one do you think the story of Little Red Riding Hood ends?
With the third one, of course, because there is a happy end. The mother and the Little Red Riding Hood are together.
Now, with which picture would you like the story to end? Would you want the same card, or perhaps you would like a different card?
No, I want the same card. The same card. That's the way it ends, and I think it's the better way because everybody's happy. Little Red Riding Hood is home and she's very happy to be with her mother.
Okay. And the last 3 are from the story of Snow White and the Dwarfs. Again, I want you to look at the pictures and describe what happens in each picture.
In this one, the prince is holding Snow White's hand because he asks her to marry him.
Right.
Is this Snow White's father?
He can be anyone you like from the story of Snow White.
So Snow White's father is sitting in a chair and he's looking at his daughter.
This is a descriptive response. There is no action revealed or any theme revealed. So we must encourage the child to continue and give a different response, an additional response. So what happens? They are both sitting.
Yes, they are both sitting. The father is looking at his daughter and his daughter is looking at him. I don't know what is happening. I don't know.
Are they talking?
Maybe they're talking about something. But I can't say about what.
Again, in this case, there is no point in continuing with the questioning, as probably a defense mechanism such as repression is revealed. The child refuses to respond to this picture for some reason or other. So we may assume that this is repression because I encourage her to elaborate her answer and she refuses. And the last one?
In the last one, the dwarfs are dancing around Snow White and she's clapping her hands.
Again, it's a descriptive response. We must ask why. Why do you think they are dancing?
They are very happy to be together. They are very happy that Snow White is with them and they are enjoying themselves.
All right. Now I want you to look at the pictures and tell me with which picture does the story of Snow White end and why?
With the first one, because Snow White marries the prince.
Right. And with which picture would you like the story to end? With the same one or with a different one?
I would like to end with the third one, because Snow White is staying with the dwarfs, and so they can protect her.
Right. So you would like the story to end with Snow White remaining in the dwarf's house because they protect her. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I do hope that you find this videotape useful and helpful to you. To summarize, the main reason that I made this presentation was for you to understand when to ask why questions and when to ask about feelings. Also, don't overdo it with questions when this is not necessary or when the child refuses after your second encouragement. Again, thank you for your attention.